What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period. Hey.
Sound like a goddamn pussy to me. Shout out to Propecia.
My refrigerator is full. How can I make some space?
Girl, fuck you. She is just the worst, bro. I love her.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna skip shop. We're gonna skip shop talk this week because we don't know when this episode coming out.
We're skipping it.
Well, you want something to show?
Let's see.
This coming out week after next. Next week.
Let's see what I got for the shop talk for the next week after next. Hey. No, I don't have any shop talk, but
hopefully by the time this episode come out, I'll know what state I'm gonna be living in for the rest of the year.
Oh my goodness. Alicia.
I know, y'all.
This is just
y'all,
anywho, well, since we're not doing shop talk, I do have an ad for us, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so today's episode of OD Podcast is brought to you by Audible. You get a free audio book download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/OD Podcast. They have over 180,000 titles to choose from your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or your MP3 player. I don't know if you still have that.
But if you do, we got an option.
But if you do, they have that.
Thank you to everybody who has used our code. We actually just had a person use it last week.
Yay!
And yeah, appreciate that. If you don't already know, we do get paid every time you use that link. So if you don't want us to have our lights on, then don't use the link.
Let the
but
girls
of course, you want us to keep recording.
Now. Let
Come
the girls
on, use
get that
goddamn
money.
link. It's free. Make a bunch of this is what you do. Make a bunch of different email addresses. Sign up through the link on every email address. Get every book you want, and then boom, you got a library.
Periana.
You know a book I want you to listen to? I want you to listen to actually listen to Gucci Mane autobiography. It was a good book.
Okay.
It was. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyway, y'all, welcome to another episode of OD Podcast. This is what episode 60 something, depending on when it come out.
We out here.
First of all, we have 101 reviews on the podcast app. Thank y'all. We didn't even pay for none of those reviews. So
period, baby. They are organic.
They are from human beings. And yes, the reviews is what helps people, find us. It helps them decide to even click on the episode because they think, shoot, 101 people took the time to review it. I got to listen. So if you haven't already done so, please go on the Apple Podcast app, tap on the 5th star to rate us 5 stars. And if you have an extra moment, go ahead and click submit a review. Say a little razzle dazzle, show us some love.
Okay, and that's on Inshallah and period.
Okay, Draco. So this week I came across a meme on Instagram. People just be running their goddamn mouth. And it said, and I quote, "Networking can get you indoors that degrees can't." Read that again.
Preach, preacher.
What's your thoughts? Being as though I have a degree and you have a network.
It's so crazy. We are literally like the total opposite.
I know, but we both making moves.
Yeah,
so
and it works.
I'm ready to fight.
So, you want to fight? So, here's the thing. Of course, I think that my career alone has been built off of networking. I had to teach myself how to network, and I had to teach myself a lot of things about my specific industry because every time I try to open my mouth, and I'm a very humble person. I hate to call myself that because I feel like people who call themselves humble are not humble.
Yeah.
But I really am though. And I feel like I had to, throw my pride aside and just walk in and just ask people like, hey, so this is what I want to do. Do you have any advice for me? What you think I should do? Do you have any advice about my work? Like, should I change something? All they told me was that my makeup was ghetto. They ain't never tell me how to fix it. They ain't tell me how to meet certain people, what I had to do, all this other stuff. I had to figure it out on my own. But me finding that out and just doing trial and error, I feel like it has gotten me into some of the craziest, highest, good paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, I'll be good. Even I do take jobs, but I'll do 1 or 2 jobs for the week, and I'll be good for the rest of the month.
Oh, come on, preach up.
Now I still go. I'm gonna still go give me a little check here and there.
And so you don't think that there are any classes that you could have taken that could have gotten you here?
No classes out there can teach you humility.
Okay.
They can't teach you drive. They can't teach you dedication.
Okay, pretty
consistency. All they can do is show you a skill, and even that you have to possess that on your own. Because you can, if you already know something, like say for instance, if you want to do something, if it's not in you, it's just not in you.
That's a fact.
If it's just, I mean, period. You could want to do it all you want to, but if it's not in you, and you never had an interest in doing it, for the most part, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And people can pick up on that energy. Like, I tell people that all the time. Like, people think that my job is so easy because it looks like I'm just doing makeup and just going home.
Right.
But you have to realize, like, I have to deal with people's personalities. I have to have patience. Like, people.
And you kind of have to be knowledgeable of every single different person that's in front of you.
Yes, you have to be knowledgeable. You can't just
take your personal makeup kit and be like, all right, let me do your makeup.
Yeah. And you have to take your time and learn about just different how to treat people's skin and how to treat how to talk to people. It's just something that I've learned over time. And
do you think you had that before learning the like the trial and error that you went through?
No. I ain't have none of that. Honestly, me doing makeup has really, really, really changed me as a person. Just the way I deal with things. Like I've gained a lot more patience. My time management have gotten bad just because me working on the type of stuff that I work on, nobody's ever on time, and it's like drastic, like 2-3 hours late.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All the time. So my time management sucks because in my head, I'm always so used to just showing up places late because I know I'm gonna be waiting there for a long time.
It ruins you.
So that sucks. But other than that, I do feel like it has helped me over time, and I did not know a lot of this before I started.
So I don't know why, but I feel like I was always professional even before I started working the job.
And you could have been. And that's no shade. It is.
No,
what it
I'm
is.
not. This is not me speaking out against you. This is me.
No, I ain't taking that as what you know. How I told you the other day. I don't say. So.
This is just me sharing my experience of a person that has a degree versus the networking.
Okay.
So I think that, yes, you're right. I think that you can't just always know like professionalism and time management. But I do think that I had a lot of experience that made me make mental notes like, oh, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I ain't better than that. But I will say that I didn't really truly understand the value of networking until after I got a degree. Now, I do feel like even with a degree, you're not guaranteed nothing. And I learned that the hard way. So when I was in college, I used to be like, I know I ain't gonna have no problem finding no job because you know me, I was getting jobs left and right.
Yeah.
But there's a complete difference between working at Bloomingdale's versus like running a corporate office and doing campaigns, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I personally think that degrees can get you in certain doors, but networking is what's gonna get you there. I totally agree, but I do think it all, like as the meme said, networking can get you in doors that degrees can't. It all depends on what door you're trying to open.
Yeah, that is true though.
Because I feel like there are a lot of people who want to work in my job, and they may very well have the soft skills and the mindset to do it, but they don't have the degree.
Yeah.
So it's like, now what? So I just think, but somebody like me who wants to do makeup, I can't just take my little degree and my resume and be like, come on. I got to kind of show them, like, listen, this is what I've done. And networking in the aspect of having clients and having personality and making yourself visible.
Yeah.
I don't really have to do that. I can just submit my little PDF.
Yeah.
Tell them what I've done, and then pray I get a fish back.
Now, I will say this. I feel like me not having a degree does kind of like bite me in the ass in certain situations. And what I mean by that is just like when it comes down to business aspects, as far as like filing taxes, doing all type of stuff. I mean, stuff like that I can probably learn on my own.
Yeah, because I didn't learn that in college.
But just being in school, depending on what I was taking, I can learn different business, like ways to run my business, better ways, instead of me just winging it. Yeah,
it does kind of sharpen you a little bit in that aspect.
Yeah, you can always tell people who weren't professionally trained. Because I mean, not to throw no shade, but I'm gonna throw shade again about this because I just don't understand this. Just like certain hairstylists, they don't shampoo their clients. So people who were professionally trained, they know that there's no way that you can do a hairstyle of any kind without clean hair.
No, you're absolutely right. You're right, actually. You know, I will say, I always say that college polished me because I was a young wretched.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Polished.
It definitely can, like, degrees will definitely make you a more polished person for the most part.
Yeah, because think about it, college, outside of grade school, college is a 4-year plan to do whatever you're trying to do eventually. Like, for example, I had to create multiple businesses and I had to go through the process of planning and analysis and marketing and all that other stuff to present in front of a tough professor. So it wasn't no time to play. It was kind of like, do you want to pass this class?
Yeah.
You got to kind of, like, even when you think about all the useless classes people say we took in college, like certain complicated math classes, science classes. Yeah, I'm not using that stuff now, but it kind of got my thinking skills together. It made me understand, like, all right, this is how I separate what's important and what's not, and what I need to prioritize over what. So I agree. I do think that it's even at some jobs I've had, there are some positions that didn't require a degree, and you can always tell who those people are. And I don't mean to be that type of person, but you can always tell. Like, I met people and I be like, I bet she do da-da-da, and then she tell me, I'm like, I know.
You gotta feel out that vibe. I do feel like in my field, us going to school or getting a degree per se is equivalent to working at Mac. Okay. So in the makeup world, if you've worked at Mac or if you're a previous Mac employee, especially if you were there for years, a person who works for a certain TV show or a certain production company or whatever like that, they look at you on a higher scale because they know that you have that Mac background.
That discipline. Yeah. Does it apply if you work for Sephora or Morphe or anything?
No. And it's no shade to them either. You work at Sephora, you work at Morphe, you work at all these other stores. That's cool.
So Mac is like the goal.
Mac you is wanted the to work there
before you was even really doing makeup.
Yeah, Mac is the GOAT. And the reason why I say that is because they have deep, thorough training. Like, when you get hired, we had a 6-day training from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Each day we learned about something different on the face. So we didn't do the whole face in one day. We had to learn about face shapes. We had to learn about eye shapes. We had to learn, like, skin textures, how to treat each skin texture, what to do. We had to learn about all the finishes of the foundation. And let me just say this. MAC is the only brand out there that has foundations with every single finish. Okay? MAC probably has, like, 9 different foundations.
What do you feel like matte finish?
Matte finish, satin finish. You have a mineral foundation for people with sensitive skin. You have a sheer coverage. You have cream foundation for people who have textured skin or want a more full coverage. They have a even fuller coverage cream foundation for film and TV. They have
come on, Pooh.
A liquid for people who have in between skin tones. So say for instance, if you're of like Asian or Indian descent, sometimes they don't make shades that are olive like that for most brands. So like if you're Indian, of course, you may have like extreme redness in your skin.
Native
in your
American
skin tone.
Or Indian?
Indian.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sure.
Nah, I know the difference. But they may have certain olive tones or whatever that they don't make foundations for. So they have a foundation called Matchmaster that has color changing technology in it that will kind of form to your skin tone. Like MAC is the GOAT. I know people are so hooked on like using black owned brands, which is cool, or just more independent brands, but MAC is just always going to be top of the list. And then they also taught us, like, spent days on how to address people. Like if you
that sound like Apple.
Yeah, we
Apple
had a
taught
whole
me
day.
Empathy for real. Like that was something that we really like go hard on every single day. Like really having an understanding for what people are dealing with and to show them that you do care. Yeah, and you were going to help them. Like they use the word empathy all the time.
It's crazy. Like instead of the regular person, the average person, they will be like, oh, she light skin. Oh, she dark skin. they had us using terms like we had like terms to use like golden. You have a more golden skin tone. It's more fair, a deep. We don't say dark skin. We say you have a more deep skin tone. We don't say
That's
yellow.
How it should be. I like
yellow
that.
bone. You know how they say red bone, yellow bone. She yellow. We don't say that. We say more
marrow.
golden or more warm or more cool skin. You know, and stuff like that. Like I just can't walk up to somebody that's really pale and be like, yeah, she looks alabaster.
You need some sand.
No.
Alabaster.
Yeah.
What's that? That's
alabaster is like the lightest color you can be.
That's what you gotta say at Mac.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's the color next to white.
Okay.
That's how pale it is.
I got you. No, I understand. It really, because now I'm sitting here thinking about this, and there are a lot of industries that require certification, but I don't think it's cool for people to like that. To me, that meme was wrote by somebody without a degree. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Because the fact that it was like, read it again. No, it depends on what, and I don't mean to be defensive because I have a degree, but I didn't want to go to college. So that's, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like I kind of had to if I wanted to make the kind of money I want, and I wanted some like job security, but I just don't think it's cool to be kicking it like, oh, like to be on one perspective, be like, oh, you ain't got no degree. Ew.
Yeah.
Because there's people making. Let me tell you something. The billionaires in this country didn't go to college.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
And I agree, but I also feel like, say for instance, if you're a PR person, right? We're in a day and age where you don't necessarily have to go to college to be that.
Yep.
But if you did go to college, you will be skilled on knowing the proper protocol on how to do things.
But maybe networking can get you that skill set, though. You get what I'm saying?
It can.
But you're right, though.
Also, I don't know. I feel like I'm not talking down on people that didn't go to school to be PR, to do PR or anything like that. But realistically, it's just some stuff that you need to know, because just me being around celebrities a lot and looking at their assistants and PR and managers,
not professional,
and it's not professional at all. And I have been around people that are professional. That's why I know. And I also have friends that have degrees in that field and they work in that field, and I just see the different tiers of work that they do opposed to certain other people.
You know what, you're right though, and I think a lot of people that don't go through the certification or the schooling for it, you kind of learn on the spot. Yeah. It's like let's say PR, for example. I have a client. I'm learning right along with them. What you want me to say? What you want me to do? What should I do? Versus going out there and being like, you know what? I've seen this before. Like even in my current job, one of my minors was supply chain management, which I let a teacher finesse me into studying that stupid. No, it's not stupid. It's just not for me. But it's so funny because in my last position, I saw so many references of like documentation and legal guidelines that I learned in college, and I already knew what it was. And I'm like, oh, say less. I remember this. Oh, come on, boo. It's a hazard on that ship.
Here we are. Yeah, no.
But yeah, I think it really does apply to what people are doing. And there are so many things that I wanted to do that I didn't feel like required a degree. Like I really wanted to be in radio. We ain't gonna go back down
really wanted you to do that. Because I just felt like, no, and the only reason is because you've been talking about that since we were in like elementary school.
It was my life dream, y'all. Yeah. It really was.
Like Alicia lived by the radio. Like she listened to the radio faithfully.
I still do. I'm the reason why they still had a frequency.
I never listened to the radio ever.
Let me tell you, I love the radio. I really used to. Man, I still feel like I got a chance. Let me tell you something. Shout out to L'Oreal from Angela Yee's Lip Service. Now she's on the Morning Hustle. But they don't broadcast in Atlanta. But she actually was on Love Hip Hop for a very short time. I think that me and L'Oreal might be the same age. But let me tell you, so she is doing her thing. And so I've learned of her because she's one of Angela Yee's best friends. And she's on the Lip Service podcast, and she's very funny. She has a podcast called The Blenders. Anyways, I really admire her. I just think it's super dope because we are the same age, and she just got in radio.
Yeah.
Now, granted, she's already established her career in the industry. She has a lot of connections, but I know she got this stuff because of her work that she's been putting in. So when I see her, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And she just moved here. It's just really dope. So, L'Oreal, if you ever want to come on OD Podcast, you got an open invitation.
Pull up,
But no, I just think it's super dope. But I let that boat ride because I need, for me, it's been the money. And I hate that I let money determine for me.
Yeah.
Because I would have kept pursuing it. But I just didn't see an easy way not easy. I didn't see my opportunity to get in, so I just let it go.
That's also another reason why I feel like I said before that somebody real ghetto said this around me one time, but it is kind of true though. They said
a network or
that shit don't be on you, it be in you.
It's in you. That's a fact. That is a
fact. Okay.
I always ask myself, like, Alicia, why are you so organized? Where did this come from?
It's in you.
It
ain't on you, baby. So that's the thing. Like me doing the work that I do, me doing makeup. When I first started, I wasn't getting paid a dime. Okay, a freaking dime. I wasn't getting no money. I was working at a whole salon, and this is my first job as a makeup artist, but I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And in my head, I'm like, ain't nobody finna pay me because I don't got no work to show. Like, I need to have something to show for it. So after a while, I would start charging, but I would be charging like $40.
Yeah.
Come get your whole face done.
People
$40.
charging that now.
Oh. Anywho. So, I mean, that when they say it's on you, I mean, it's not on you, it's in you. I believe
that's no, you're right.
Because I mean, because it's true. Because you have to
man.
want to do that, and I know a lot of people that just starting out, whatever field they in, and they not willing to do the field work before they start taking on these big name jobs. Because my thing is, I'm like, okay, say for instance, say you do jump out the gate and you want to charge $500 for this. Are you going to produce $500 type of work?
People do that, but they don't know what they mean. All they know is somebody else charging it, so I need to be charging it too.
You got to realize the type of work that they put in, because you can't come in with me. And this is the reason why I charge what I charge, because I cannot be, and this is no shade, but I cannot be on the same level as somebody that has just started and they don't really know what they're doing. And then how does that sound that I'm charging the same thing that you charge?
They don't think of it like that. They think I'm good enough to charge what he's charging. That's insane to me. But you know what? You are absolutely right, man. There's people doing that. And I blame the internet. I
still feel like my rates is way too low.
I blame the internet for that. Nah, you high poo. I'm just playing like, who am I?
I'm just saying.
Do you think that if you increase your prices, though, you're going to eliminate a certain tier of customers, or you don't really care about that?
I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I'll tell people this all the time. Celebrities do. My regular clients pay more than my celebrities. Most of the time, if you ever see me working with a celebrity, it's because we have a relationship, and that's just our vibe, that's our relationship, and we have an understanding, and they okay with paying my rate. Or I'm getting paid through a company. So if I'm working for a certain production company or a record label that's paying me, because most of the time they don't want to pay. They definitely, and it makes me mad. It makes me very, very, very sad, because it's like, you respect me enough to want to get my obviously you like what I do. You think it's nice. Why you don't pay for it? But you quick to go buy this bag. I want bags too, sis.
And they got crazy budgets too a lot of times.
Like, it's so disrespectful for you to sit in my chair with a Birkin bag. A Birkin bag is worth more than my car. Well, not my car now.
How much
but
it cost? Let me get me one.
Minimum $10,000.
Oh, that's it.
That's it for a purse.
How much the wallet costs? I'm just playing. Hey, you know I'm not spending that kind of money.
That's what I'm saying. I know people with like $50,000 Birkin bags. Why you look like that? You just Googled it?
A used Birkin for 21 racks.
See what I'm saying? That's a car.
That Hermes Birkin collab $199.
That's a car. You see what I'm saying?
And by $199, I mean $200,000. Oh my God.
So the thing about Birkin bags,
why is this so expensive?
I'm about to tell you. The thing about Birkin bags is that they're an investment. So whenever you buy one, you keep it for years and it appreciates in value. So if you buy one at $10,000, you'll keep it. It's like champagne. You keep it for about 10, 15 years. You can resell it for about $500,000 sometimes. Like Jeffree Star, I watched one of his videos on YouTube, and he has a collection of about 50 Birkin bags.
Oh my God.
He has one of the most expensive Birkin bags in the world. And just imagine if he goes broke and has to sell that bag. He will never be broke. Never.
I don't like that.
So it's like, change
the subject. I'm getting uncomfortable with them prices.
So it's a
I don't even know. I Googled that because they don't add.
To me. So when people say something about a Birkin bag, that's like the biggest flex. But also, just don't sit in my chair with a Birkin and you can't pay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And let's just talk about it, because a lot of people be trying to keep prices under wraps, and I'm just gonna let people know, if you are requesting a in-home makeup service, it don't matter what state or city that you live in, it should not be under $175 at all.
That's for you to come to them?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when I'm coming to somebody, I'm setting up a whole vanity studio in your home. I'm bringing my own lights. I'm bringing my own chair, sometimes my own table. And I'm bringing something that usually people go to a salon or to the mall to get done. I'm bringing it into your home. And celebrities and people with, celebrities usually are the only ones that request those type of things, or they were before. But now that this has become just the norm for people to get their makeup done, you have to pay the same price as them.
You gotta pay to play.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's fair. Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
I just don't like that. I don't like. You have to pay the same price as them. It's just not. It's just not gonna add up for not. And $175 is cheating yourself out of money. To be honest.
Let's getting back into the subject. What do you?
Yeah, sorry, I got. Right.
No. You're fine. What was it? What was the networking opportunity that you feel like really like spearheaded what you're doing now?
Okay, so booking my first.
Do you feel like your celebrity clients is what got you up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's because people like to see that.
Yeah.
It ain't even necessarily that I just was like coming out the gate like, oh, I want to be a celebrity makeup artist. I did, I think that I just looked at it as the art. Like, I wanted to create stuff that people didn't do. Like, I see a lot of different, just from my perspective, I see a lot of different styles of makeup, and a lot of that stuff doesn't come from black people, especially from where I come from. You're just usually seeing like everyday style makeup, and people don't see editorial and stuff you see in Vogue magazine and just real creative stuff coming from somebody like me. So yeah. I'm like, you know what? I feel like I can be in that lane. But however, in order to be seen or for people to like you, of course, they're going to, oh, who you work with. Let's see what clients you got. And people ask me that all the time, like, oh, what all celebrities you work with?
Like,
and I'm not finna
go down the list.
I don't. I'm like, you can go to my Instagram or my website. I can and see, but I mean, it's a lot of people. Like, honestly, even more people that's on my site. But when I first did my first celebrity client, this is when I was working at that salon that I was telling y'all about. I had a client come in. She got her hair done, and the whole time she was getting her hair done, I was just having a conversation with her. We was laughing. We was talking about food and all type of stuff, Atlanta stuff, and we were just talking. And she just felt my vibe. Like, she just liked how I presented myself, I guess. And she was like, you know what? I want you to do my makeup. So then she got her makeup done by me. And at the time, I was a really big fan of Iggy Azalea. So I ended up getting in a car with Zay. And we were on the way to Little 5 Points to the record store because that's where you had to buy her concert tickets at. Mm-hmm. We were on the way to buy tickets, and that lady called my phone and asked me to do Iggy makeup. That was the craziest thing, I swear. I'm like, is this a joke?
And you was like, I remember that look. You don't do makeup nothing like that no more.
No. But at the time, that was good because people weren't really doing makeup. It's like, for real.
Yeah.
People thought it was good, but it was just crazy. Like, and from that moment, she put me onto, other people like all the time. I think that in this industry, it's not about your skill at all. Let me just say that again, because people think that. People be beating themselves up because they don't do makeup that good. It's not even about that. In this industry, it's not about your skill. It's about how you maneuver. Like, if you messy, if you can't take criticism, like constructive criticism, if you're not patient, you will not go far. If you don't have no personality, if you dry, you will not go far.
You out, Draco. You done been out the country.
That's what I'm saying, and that's all because of the way I know how to conduct my business. I sure do be getting mad at my clients. I get irritated. I get frustrated, but I don't let that show. I do that in privacy of my own home while I'm counting them hundreds. Close friends. I'm just playing. I just be counting. While I'm counting the money, I'll be mad. But I'm just saying, like, in general, you just got to learn how to.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Exactly. You got to learn how to conduct yourself in settings like that.
You know what? I agree with my experience in my job. Networking has helped me. I won't even call it networking for me. I just meet people. That's just real. I guess that is networking, but I don't do it with the intention of using them for something. I do keep up with them with the intention of kind of getting some inspiration, or maybe I do need to connect. But I think my personality is what has really helped me a lot in my career. Like, let me tell you something. I haven't built some crazy relationships with vice presidents in my company, like senior directors. Like, when my last day of my job was Friday, and I had senior directors coming up to me telling me that they were happy for me. Mind you, I'm leaving the company. You know what I'm saying?
And that's because of the type of person that you are in your relationship. And I feel like it's a difference. And also, let me say that while it's on my mind too. asking somebody to put you on is not networking.
But people want that though. They don't want to go through the process that you. But sometimes, do you think it's okay to put people on sometimes though?
Let me tell you something. I will tell somebody to their face I'm not doing it.
Dang,
to their face. I will, and I don't care. And it's because. And
what would you put them on to though? Maybe something lower level. Like
no, I wouldn't put them on to anything.
So how would you?
You know
them?
why? Because
oh God,
I'm not putting
you
you
the
on.
door closer.
I am. I shut the doors. I'm a dream killer. I got my dreams killed before.
The door is closed.
But no,
you swear you need.
The only way that I can comfortably put somebody on, and I do it all the time. Like I know, I ain't even got to tell about what I put money in people's pocket. Like I have friends who I call to literally sit there, and I pay them out of my pocket for this. I have friends that are makeup artists.
You never did that for me.
I would literally pay them between $150 and $200 to look at a screen just to make sure somebody's not oily for 30 minutes. Where are you gonna get that from? Okay, so I don't want y'all to think I don't put people on.
Bag stopper alert.
Want y'all, but the thing about it is people are not professional at all. Like if I notice that you just so loud and sloppy and you come to work smoking weed or smelling like weed or drunk or you just are a very confrontational person, your kid is dirty, your brushes be dirty, you
Lord.
dress real sloppy on the work.
Here, please don't have a dirty kid.
You dress real sloppy, you just do sloppy stuff. Like I cannot put you on to anything. Yeah, you probably got good work and you probably talented as hell, but I can't because I can't be sitting there worried about if I tell you to do something, you're going to go in there and be messy, going to run out or whatever the case may be. Name dropping.
Making you look bad. They're like,
making me look bad.
Don't bring nobody else up in here. No, you're right.
And that has happened to me before recently. Like
I've gotten people jobs before and they, people be real passionate when they need something.
Yeah.
But then you get an opportunity, they will straight up embarrass you. Let me say something. Family
I'll figure it out. Let me pick my people on my own.
No, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah, you just kind of, people really will have you out here looking crazy, man. For real. It's embarrassing, actually.
And a lot of people be asking me, can they be my, can they
be your assistant?
My assistant or work under me. And I'll be turning that down too because for one, I can't just bring a random person on set with me. I have to build a relationship with you.
You're right.
At this point, I just like I said, I use people who I know for sure are professional and they're going to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. Like even, and I'm the type of person where if I put you onto something and then that end up being your client, that's fine because you probably are more available for them than I am. I'm gonna move on because I know I'm gonna get something again.
Look, we know. No, that's good that you look at it that way because I think if I was, and obviously I'm not cut out for the industry that you in. I have accepted that, but I just would be salty. I won't make a scene, but I'm like, dang, I wonder why she went to her instead of me. Or you know how barbers and hairstylists be. I mean, I wouldn't like make them feel uncomfortable about it.
Some of my clients though, especially clients that I've built a relationship with, I definitely will feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a business and it's not personal. Like you went to this person because of a specific reason, whether it's because they charge less than me or you like their work better than mine. It doesn't matter.
That's good that you were confident.
It doesn't matter. It is what it is.
Like,
I'm gonna be mad for 5 minutes, but Jesus.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I had one of my clients. She apologized to me because recently she decided to go with another artist and I wasn't mad about it. Like when she posted the pictures and she had a photo shoot, she did like an album cover and all this other stuff. And I DM'd her. I was like, "You look good. Like this look good." She said, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Do not apologize to me. Like I don't even want you to feel bad. Like I don't feel bad about that." I'm like, "It is what it is. It's business. Like I'm not mad. I still respect you. I still love your music. I still love who you are because you definitely are somebody who helped me get to where I am." And I look at it in all situations like that.
Thing, a lot of people ain't like that though.
Even if I did your makeup one time, and I'm able to use those pictures or whatever, and that gets me business, all right, my job is done. For real. If you come back, that's always a blessing. But for real, it's like you help me where I'm going. It's okay. It's humility.
Sorry.
No,
that's good. The thing is, some people, they'll call you out, they'll check you, they'll be doing all the extra stuff. It's just unnecessary, man.
You can't. Let me tell you something.
So at the end of the day, really, it's work ethic to get you indoors that networking and degrees can't. Yeah, work. Because you might can get in that door, but how you gonna make sure you stay in that room?
Period. And baby, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be in the room. I might crack a smile, but ain't goddamn thing funny.
Periana, yeah, it's so funny how different our careers are, because my job is so structured, and if I want to make a move, I express it and I prove it, and then I gotta make a good impression. But I don't feel a lot of my networking is just my work itself. But that's cool. I still feel like I'm in the wrong business, but
and that's fine. You'll figure it out.
I am.
I'm
gonna get paid along the way.
You gonna get what?
I'm gonna get paid along the way while I figure it out.
Yeah, just gonna do what you need to do, but you'll figure it out soon. It ain't no shade.
Somebody just DM me saying I'm waiting on a new episode. We are literally recording right now. Pooh.
Literally, honey.
Sorry, y'all. The thing is, y'all, this the thing.
We are both human, and we both are very busy people. So even if we are busy or aren't busy, sometimes we just be tired.
Yes, and while this is a job, our paying jobs take a lot of our time. And imagine, I mean, I don't really know no other way to do it. Like, people's schedules vary. We still have lives to live. Not that this podcast is not a priority, because it absolutely is. We wouldn't be still doing it after all this time. But it's not easy to coordinate two different people who live on different sides of town, do different kind of schedules, and
And I personally don't like recording when I'm tired, because I feel like I'm not really engaged in the conversation. So if I'm tired or if I feel like I'm gonna be like that, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like...
I'm sorry, Draco. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to edit this part out. Or leave it in. Dang. I can't be imperfect. No, okay.
No.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like whether you networking or you go to school, it's all about what you're trying to do. A doctor cannot network themselves into give me a pap smear.
Hello?
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that you
don't have y'all on perks now.
You don't need a degree to run a business, but you do need work ethic, and you do need some kind of experience, and you know how to navigate this world. You can't just pop up with an idea and think that you're going to take off overnight. You kind of got to build that up, and that goes with anything. You can't just turn on the stove and have creme de la creme. I don't think that's what I was supposed to say, but I'm just saying, like, you have to learn to cook, you have to learn to dress, learn to paint the house. There's just things that come with experience, and you can't just pop up out the scene. I know social media makes it appear that way, but there's a process to everything, whether it requires education, experience, or just listen to somebody give you feedback. You need to take all that in and do what it needs to be doing and be the very best at it, because you're not the only one that's doing lashes or putting on makeup or painting rooms or cleaning carpet. You need to be professional. You need to be polished. And you don't have to really be polished per se, but you need to if you have a target audience, you need to do what that target audience is demanding. Yeah. If you be an unprofessional, hood rats might like that, but not Alicia.
Yeah. And if you feel like you want, even if you know you're not 100% ready for something that you're trying to ask somebody to do for you, you can always ask for advice. Especially a person like me. I would give anybody advice on how to be, whatever, like be a good artist or whatever, but I always can't just put you onto something. I can definitely lead you to the water.
But I can't make you drink. And you better drink all the water you can, because all that soda you drink can make your skin break out. You make your insides cringe.
Oh, speaking of skin, we got some fire skin stuff that I can now use.
Oh, did you?
We went to Lush.
Oh, did we? I'm not you. I got that as a gift.
Oh, sucks.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Obviously, this episode has come to an end. So, in closing,
maybe we shouldn't have doubled up today. In closing, listen. Stop being unprofessional. Do what you need to do what you want to do.
Yeah. And stop degree shaming. And people with degrees, stop shaming
Please,
people who don't have one.
Let me
It is what it is.
I know somebody right now with an MBA working in the call center. Now, that's not to downplay a call center, but let's be very clear. We know that she do not need to be in there. But she don't know how to get herself out of it. So it's a lot more to it than those books that you study. There's a lot more to it than just knowing how to put on eyeshadow with a cut crease.
Hello. And if you're trying to be in the industry, cut creases ain't gonna cut it, baby.
Ooh. All right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast. Talk to y'all next week. Next week, I promise I'm gonna be wide awake. We not gonna go to the mall and then go.
Oh gosh. Anyway, the queen.
All right, y'all. Bye.